No? Sabi, okay, the muscular system is very important, no, because of several functions, diba? So first we have movement. So like last time when we discussed the skeletal system, so we said that there are three very important structures that coordinate or that work together in order for an organism to move, no, like us, no, in order for us to move. So we said we have the bones. The bones, they provide levers, no, for the attachment of muscles. And then we have the joints, especially we have the diarthrosis, no, which we have also discussed in the skeletal system. So the joints, they provide flexibility. And of course, we have the muscles, because the muscles, they provide force to do work. Okay? So we gave an example last time, no, in the flexion of the arm. Sabi natin, when we want to flex our arm, diba, the biceps brachii contracts. Okay, pulling on the radius and the ulna so we can bend our arm. So another function of the muscular system is the stabilization of body positions, or it simply means maintaining our posture. Okay, for example, we keep our head upright, okay, because of the contractions of the muscles of the neck and the shoulder. Okay, so take note that not all contractions produce movement. Okay, so some contractions are very important to sustain, to sustain the posture or to maintain the posture. So if not for the contraction of the muscles supporting the neck part, so we would go like this, no? Parang laging lasing, okay? Laging hilo. So yan, no? So another is organ volume regulation, okay? So it means this is the work of primarily of the cardiac muscles and the smooth muscles, diba? Like for example, the heart continues to pump, okay, thereby regulating its volume of blood because of the presence of the cardiac muscles. Okay, what about the muscles of the gut? Like for example, the muscles of the stomach, diba? So the wall of the stomach is made up of several layers of smooth muscles, and when they contract, they're able to squeeze or churn food and also transfer food, no, from the stomach to the next part, which is the duodenum of the small intestines, and so on and so forth. Like for example, for the urinary bladder, no, the bladder wall is also made up of smooth muscles. So by squeezing or by contracting, the bladder is able to squeeze urine out. Okay. And another very important function of the muscular system is thermogenesis. So when you say thermo, it means, it means heat, and then genesis, generation of heat. Okay? So it means that as a result of muscular contraction, okay, one waste that is produced is actually body heat. Okay? And sabi, no, muscular contraction produces about 85% of the body heat, which is very important, no, for us to maintain our normal body temperature. That's why when we are feeling cold, no, when we have fever, kaya when we're feeling cold or when we have fever, okay, the tendency for us is to chill, diba? So we have, nangangatal tayo, we have involuntary contractions, okay? And these contractions, okay, so when we're feeling cold, okay, when we chill, no, like this, or when our muscles contract, so the muscles produce 85% of our body heat, so that the temperature will be returned to normal. Okay? When we have fever naman, we also chill, no? It's not because we feel cold, we also chill. So again, no, the contraction produces, again, body heat, allowing us to sweat naman, no? In order to regulate our body temperature, okay? So that's the importance of heat generation by muscular contraction, okay? Now, we have discussed this, no? We have, in your laboratory, no? More specifically, you have discussed this. So we have the three types of muscles. Sabi natin, we have the skeletal. Okay, so we have the skeletal muscles, you have the cardiac muscles, and then we have the smooth muscles. So let's just try to review some of the parts, no? Because they will be mentioned in our discussion. So again, the cell membrane of a muscle is called the sarcolemma. Diba? The content of the muscle is called the sarcoplasm. So ayan. Okay? And then, remember the skeletal muscles and the cardiac muscles, they are called striated muscles because you have here the presence of striations. And later we would know, no, what are these striations? Bakit no baguhit-guhit ang mga muscles natin, especially have the skeletal and the cardiac muscles. Okay? So, ayan, ano? Okay, so let's now go to the structural organization of a muscle, no, from the biggest part to the smallest part of the muscle. Okay, so we have here an entire muscle. Okay, so this is covered by a connective tissue. Ito yung parang purple one. Okay, you call that the epimysium. So the outermost covering of the muscle is the epimysium. So in your laboratory, when you dissected the muscles, now you were able to see the epimysium, diba? And then when you dissect a muscle, okay, you can notice that it's made up of bundles. So ayan, ano? Okay, so each bundle, and okay, is called a fascicle. Okay, fascicle, plural fascicles, or fasciculus, plural fasciculi. Okay? And each fascicle is again covered by another connective tissue, the yellow-orange one. Okay, and that's the perimysium. Okay? And then, if you're going to examine another or a fascicle, again, it's made up of muscle fibers. Yan, ano? And the muscle fibers are, again, protected or covered by the endomysium naman. Yung kulay pink naman. Okay? So you have epimysium, and then you have perimysium, and then you have the endomysium. Okay? So again, no? Mysium. So the prefix mysium came from myo. Okay? Which means fibers. Ito pala yung aking. Okay? So yeah, and then, if you're going to look at the one fascicle, sabi natin, it's made up of a bundle of myofibers. Okay? Or it's actually one myofiber. And that's actually one muscle cell. Diba? So that, no, again, no, so as we said earlier, if it's a muscle cell, okay, it's made up of, okay, the membrane. So we have here the sarcolemma. Diba? Tapos inside, of course, you have there the sarcoplasm and other structures. And then, if you're going to open one myofiber, okay, you would see that there are still smaller bundles inside. Okay, so a bundle of a bundle of thin and thick filaments, no, it's called a myofibril. So, ayan, no? So, again, a bundle of thick and thin filaments. Okay, it's called a myofibril. And again, no, if we're going to further magnify that, you have here the presence of the thick filaments or the myosin filaments. And then we have here the thin filaments or the actin filaments. So, yan, ano? So, from the largest part, so from a muscle to a fascicle to a myofiber, okay, to myofibrils, and then we have the myofilaments, okay, the thick filaments and the thin filaments. And later we would see, no, the arrangement of the thin and the thick filaments into the sarcomere, which is the functional unit of the muscle, okay? So let's try to see ito, no? So another way of representing it. So again, you have an entire muscle, you have a fascicle, okay, you have the muscle fiber or the myofiber, and then you have the myofibrils, which is in turn made up of the thick and the thin filaments. You have the myofilaments. Okay? So ayan, ano? Same thing. Now, okay, what happens if we get one myosin and get one actin and try to see their structures. So ito, this is a representation of the thin filament. Okay? And it's made up of the protein myosin. So ito, so each is a myosin molecule. So isa niyan, okay, isang myosin. Okay? So the thick filament, no? Okay, since it's made up of myosin proteins, we also, okay, call this the myosin filament. Okay, myosin filament or the thick filament. Okay, and the myosin filament, no, is made up of several muscle myosin proteins, diba? So if you're going to take one, a myosin protein, so it's actually made up of, para siyang ganyan eh, no? Actually, dalawa yan eh. Okay? So an a myosin protein is made up of the myosin tail, and then you have the myosin heads. Okay? No, myosin tail and then the myosin heads. And what is special about the head, now each head, so halimbawa yan, no? So it has a, meron siyang, okay, meron siyang ATP binding site. Okay, it has an ATP binding site and, okay, it has a, yan. No, it has an actin binding site naman. So try to remember, no, the structure. Kasi in the discussion of muscular contraction, this will be mentioned. Okay? So ayan, ano? You have the ATP binding site and then you have the actin binding site. Okay? What about a thin filament? Okay, so a thin filament is actually made up mostly of actin. So the circles that you see, yung mga yan, okay, they are actually the actin proteins. Okay, and since the actin proteins are the most numerous among the proteins, okay, we are calling the thin filament the actin filament, no? So kanina sabi natin yung thick, we call that the myosin. Ito naman, the thin filament is called the actin filament. Okay, because again, primarily it's made up of the protein actin, no? But apart from the actin, okay, still you have two other proteins. Okay, the rope-like structure here. Okay, so you call that the tropomyosin. Okay, and then the round ones here. Okay, you call them the troponin. Okay? So what's the importance of this tropomyosin and the troponin? So first, let's take the troponin. There are three types of troponins, no? So you have here troponin T. Okay, so we designate that as troponin T. Okay, and then the blue one, okay, that's troponin C. Okay, troponin C. And then the light blue one, that's the troponin I. Okay, troponin I. Okay? Now ito, the red one, why is it called troponin T? Okay, what does the T stand for? So T actually stands for the second protein, that's the tropomyosin, no? Because ito, yung parang maroon na yan, that's the tropomyosin. And it's called troponin T because that's the one attached to the tropomyosin. Okay? So troponin C is called as such because what do you think binds? Ano kaya yung puti na yan, no? What is that mineral that binds to the troponin C? Sabi natin it's very important and it's one of the major minerals in bone. Ano kaya yon? Anybody?
Collagen po, ma'am.
Calcium po.
Calcium, no? So that's calcium. So the white one. Okay? So ito. And ito, it's called troponin C, no? Because it binds calcium ions. Ayun. Okay? And later we would see the importance of these calcium ions, no? And then we have troponin I, inhibitory, because the the troponin I actually connects the entire structure to actin. So ito yun, ano? So you have troponin T, and then you have troponin C, and then you have troponin I. Okay? Parang it's a lock, no? So troponin I actually connects the troponin-tropomyosin complex to the actin molecule. Okay, so that the muscle would not contract. Okay? So ayan, ano, parang double lock yan eh. And what is the purpose of calcium? Sabi natin, calcium is very important. No? What happens? So when calcium ions bind to troponin C, what happens? What are being exposed? Ano to mga to? What are being exposed on the actin? Kasi initially, di ba, in the absence of calcium, okay, the troponin, tropomyosin, no? Troponin, okay, tropomyosin complex is regulatory. Okay, so when you say regulatory, what are being covered by the troponin, tropomyosin complex? So what structures are covered here that after attachment of calcium, they are already exposed? So ano yung mga bilog-bilog na yan? So actually, those are the myosin binding proteins on the actin. So if you get one actin, okay, meron siyang myosin binding site naman, no? Okay, so you have the myosin binding site naman. Kanina, yung myosin head, merong actin binding site, diba? So itong actin naman, meron siyang myosin binding site. Okay? So again, the troponin-tropomyosin complex, so ito, no? Troponin-tropomyosin complex is said to be regulatory because in the absence of calcium, the troponin-tropomyosin complex, especially the troponin, ito yung rope-like structure, okay, it covers the myosin binding sites on the actin. So that's why there is no muscular contraction. Okay? So is the structure of the actin filament clear? Yes, because it's very important in our discussion. Maliwanag na po ito?
Yes
I
po.
don't
Yes po. Yes
Okay,
po,
sige
ma'am.
ha. So kung hindi maliwanag, magtanong ha. So ayan, no? Now, let's try to see. So we said earlier, no, when we discussed the structure, diba, from a muscle, okay, to a fascicle, to a myofiber, and then you have a myofibril, and then you have the different myofilaments. You have the thick filament and the thin filament, okay? So they are not randomly located inside the sarcoplasm of the muscle cell, but in fact, they are highly organized to form one functional unit, and we call that a sarcomere. Okay, that's why we said again that the prefix sarco, okay, is utilized to refer to a muscle. Halimbawa, you have sarcolemma, sarcoplasm, sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay, just like when we discussed the bone. So we said the suffix osteo, diba, came from the osteon or the Haversian system, which is also the functional unit of the bone. Okay, now let's try to see the details of a sarcomere. So ito, no? So this is one sarcomere, okay? So the boundaries of the sarcomere are the Z lines. So ito. So ibig sabihin, you have from one Z line, okay, to another Z line. So you have there one sarcomere. Tapos ito, isa pa ulit, no? So you have another sarcomere going there. You have another sarcomere here. Okay? So what are the components of a sarcomere? So again, we have the Z lines, the boundaries. Okay? They are not only boundaries, but they are attached to the thin filaments, yung red. Okay? And then, okay, so ito, no? So from here, okay, to here, actually kasama yung dito ng adjacent sarcomere. Okay, you have here the I band. Okay, I band or the like band, no? We have the I band or the like band. I means isotropic. Okay, isotropic. So why is it called iso? Diba sabi, isosceles triangle. Diba, a triangle with two equal sides. So pag sinabi naman natin isotropic, so what are the contents of the I-band? So lahat yan eh. So ibig sabihin from here, okay, to here, and then to there, that's the entire I-band. So what are the components of an I-band? Thin filaments or thick filaments? O mga anak.
Filaments po.
Okay, so
Thin
thin
filaments.
filaments. Okay, so thin filaments lang, no? That's why it's called isotropic. Kasi all the members are equal. They are all thin filaments lang, no? And then from this part, ayan na, so from that part, okay, to this part, yan. Okay, you call that the A band. Okay, the A band or the dark band. Okay, A, okay, stands for aniso. Okay, anisotropic. Okay, sa pinong not equal. Okay? Not equal. Why? What are the members of the A band?
Thick
Thick and thin
filaments.
po.
Okay, kasi you have
Parehas
here
po.
the presence of both the filaments. You have the thick filaments and the thin filaments. Okay? So, ayan ano. And then, within the A band, okay, you have here the H zone. And the H zone only contains the thick filaments. Okay? And then we have the last one, we have the M line. Okay? So the M line bisects the A band and connects the thick filaments together. Okay? So yan ano? So that's the organization of a sarcomere. So that's why you see striations in a muscle, especially yung skeletal muscles at saka yung cardiac muscles, di ba? So ito yung striations na nakikita natin. So you have here the A band. So yan. Okay, so that's the A band that we're seeing. Tapos ito yung I band. Kaya you have an alternation of, okay, dark and light bands. So ito yon. So ito yung dark band. Ito yung A band. Tapos yung sunod, I band naman. A band ulit. Okay, so ibig sabihin, so from, okay, this part to that part, okay, you have one sarcomere. Okay, and since the muscles are long, you have lots of sarcomeres, diba? And each sarcomere is capable of contraction. It's capable of shortening. Okay, so that when all the sarcomeres contract, the entire muscle contracts. And we are going to discuss that, no? So, ayun. Kaya yung cardiac at saka yung skeletal muscles, no, they are said to be, again, striated because of the presence of the dark band and the light band. So, ganyan. Okay? Now, looking at the interior of a muscle cell, there are two, okay, tubular systems associated, no, okay, with the muscle cell. So, we have here the first is the transverse tubule. Okay, and then second is the, okay, sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so we have the T-tubule. Okay, and then second is the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So the sarcoplasmic reticulum, no, in an ordinary cell is just the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and it's specifically called sarcoplasmic reticulum because of course it's found within the muscle, no? So ito yung transverse tubule. So yan yung kulay blue. So ito, yan, no? So the transverse tubule is actually, kaya nga transverse, kasi this tubule is actually an extension of the sarcolemma. Okay, and it is perpendicular or at right angles to the sarcolemma, di ba? So ito yung sarcolemma. So ito ay transverse o yung at right angles. Okay? And later we would know the importance of the transverse tubule, ano? And then ito, the blue one, light blue one. So this is the sarcoplasmic reticulum. And what do you think is the role of the sarcoplasmic reticulum? Any idea? What's the role of the sarcoplasmic reticulum? It stores What important mineral as you've seen earlier?
Calcium po.
Okay, so actually, okay, yes, that's very correct, no? Actually, the sarcoplasmic reticulum stores calcium ions. Okay? Hindi pala yung T. Plus pala yung eraser. Yan, no? So it stores calcium ions. Yan. So calcium ions, when not needed, no, when the muscles are relaxed, they are stored inside the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay? And then you have here a very important structure, no? So you have the association of the end of one transverse tubule and the terminal, okay, we call them the terminal cisternae. Remember in our discussion of the Golgi complex, the endoplasmic reticulum, di ba? Meron silang cisternae, yung stacks of channels, no? We call them the cisternae. So ito naman, okay, you have here the presence of the terminal cisternae of adjacent sarcoplasmic reticulum, and then you have one transverse tubule, no? So we call this very important structure as the triad, because the triad is capable of regulating contraction and relaxation at the same time. Okay? So again, the triad is described to be an association of one transverse tubule and two terminal cisternae of adjacent sarcoplasmic reticulum. And later again, no? Let's try to explain the functions of the tubular systems in muscular contraction. Okay? So yan na, no? Now, of course, in your discussion of the nervous tissue, okay, you have mentioned already the neurons, and there are 3 types of neurons, diba? You have the sensory neurons, you have the association neurons, and then you have the motor neurons. So the one associated, okay, with a muscle is called the motor neuron. Okay, ito yon. So actually, you're seeing here the, axons lang. Okay, so axon of motor neuron number 1 and the axon of the motor neuron number 2. Okay, and in muscular contraction, of course, no, we have a very important structure here. We have the motor unit. So nakalagay yung kulay blue, diba? So ito yung motor neuron cell body, which is found inside the spinal cord. And then you have here the axon. So ito. Okay, tapos ito, no, you have here the terminations of the axons. And then we have motor unit number 2, the green one. So ito yung motor neuron niya, tapos you have here the axon. Yan, ito, tsaka to. So how do you now define a motor unit? What is a motor unit? Any idea? What is a motor unit? It's just an association of,
It delivers the electric signals from the spinal cord to the muscles po, muscle fibers.
okay, and then pag sinabi yung motor unit, so this includes the motor neuron and all the muscle fibers it stimulates, di ba? So in the case of motor unit number 1, so ito yung kanyang muscle fibers at saka ito. Yung motor unit number 2 naman, ang muscle fibers niya ay ito, tatlo, ito at saka to. So ibig sabihin, not only one neuron is needed, no, for the contraction of a muscle. Okay? And what is the purpose of the motor neuron? What's the purpose of the motor neuron? Why is it called motor?
For the movement po.
Okay, now because, okay, it sends motor impulses, diba, from the central nervous system to a muscle, and the end result or the end response is contraction. Okay? So, yan, ano? So, now, if we try to see, no, the end of a motor neuron and the muscle. So, ito yon, no? So, meron tayong tinatawag na NMJ. Mas maganda ata itong isa. Wait lang. Ito, no? So, we call this the, okay, the neuroendothelin NMJ. You have the neuromuscular junction. Okay, so it's just a junction or a communication between a motor neuron. So this is represented by the N terminal. And you have here the part of the muscle. Okay? So going back, ito yung pinakadulo. So ito yung axon ng motor neuron. Tapos the axon further divides, okay, to become axon terminals. In other references, mga terminal buttons ang tawag, no? So yan, so you have axon terminals. Yan yung tatlo. Okay? So we are enlarging this part. Okay, the association of the motor neuron and the muscle. So this is the enlarged version. So ito. So this is the end of the motor neuron, especially the axon terminal, and this is the end of the muscle. Okay? So ito, the surface of the muscle, okay, we call this the motor end plate, no? Yan. And ito, of course, you have here the cell membrane of the neuron pa rin, no? So yan. And then as you could see, there is a functional gap, di ba? Between the neuron and the motor end plate. So ito, may gap siya. Okay, so we call the gap the synaptic cleft. Okay? There is a synaptic cleft. So it means that the motor neuron is not directly attached, di ba, to the motor end plate of a muscle. Okay, and we would try to see, the importance of the green structures here. Okay, so again, you have here the structure of a neuromuscular junction, no? But then again, please take note that there is a functional space between the two structures. We call that the synaptic cleft. Okay, so mamaya, no? Okay, so going back. So of course, what is needed again for a muscle to contract or before a muscle can contract? So it needs, sabi natin, okay, prior to calcium, ano muna ang daan? It needs what?
Electrical impulse.
Okay, so electrical impulse or the nerve impulses, di ba? And usually in physiology, so that's represented by a wave, no? So ibig sabihin there is depolarization of the membrane. So when an impulse, when a nerve impulse arrives at an axon terminal, okay, what happens? What happens?
It stimulates gradient which causes the production, yung movement po of the calcium towards
Okay,
the
no?
mass.
So ito. So the arrival of nerve impulse actually opens calcium channels, no? And when the calcium channels open, of course, there would be a calcium influx. Madami ang pumapasok na calcium. So yan, ano? So ito. So there will be a calcium influx. And what is the role of these calcium ions? What's the role of the calcium ions? They what?
They bind to troponin.
Hindi pa. Wala pa tayo sa muscle, Nasa ano pa lang tayo? Terminal button pa lang tayo. Nasa ano pa lang tayo, motor neuron pa lang. Nasa motor neuron, especially we have the axon terminal pa lang. Nasa dulo pa lang.
Ano po ma'am, parang magkakaroon ng chemical gradient po. Or
Hindi.
yung intermediate in causing ayun po, cytosis by ACH vesicles.
Okay, no? So the influx of calcium ions naman, okay, influx of calcium ions, okay, causes the release of neurotransmitters inside the synaptic vesicles. So ito na yon yung kanina. So ito. So you have here the presence of the mid-level ba dito? Wala, no? You have here the presence of synaptic. Okay, synaptic vesicles. Yung mga bilog-bilog. And the synaptic vesicles, they contain a very important neurotransmitter. Okay, and in muscles, okay, we call the neurotransmitter as ACH or acetylcholine. So yung mga green-green na bilog-bilog na yan, they are called acetylcholine molecules. Okay? And as I said earlier, acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter. Okay? So by being a neurotransmitter, what is the function now of ACH o yung acetylcholine? Kasi sabi, the entrance of calcium ions causes the fusion or the exocytosis of the synaptic vesicles, diba? The synaptic vesicle fuses with the membrane. Parang yung discussion natin ng exocytosis noon. And thus, the neurotransmitters are released. Oh, from the term neurotransmitter, what do you think is the role of the neurotransmitter?
They're responsible for transmitting the responsibility of the neuron po. They assist in the gradient. Yung sa further process po kasi may na-mention na may nagkakaroon ng sodium potassium pump po, ma'am. So siya po
ibig
yung
sabihin,
nag-initiate ng process na yan.
So, ibig sabihin, anong ipinapasa? Kaya nga neurotransmitter. Anong ipinapasa? Sabi natin, what is needed for a muscle to contract?
Electrical impulse and calcium po.
Okay. So, electrical impulses, di ba? So, it's the initial requirement for a muscle to contract. And sabi natin, again, seeing the neuromuscular junction, there is a gap, di ba? Meron tayong synaptic cleft. Okay? So, halimbawa, if there is already here the action potential or the nerve impulse, would the nerve impulse jump going to the motor end plate? There is a space nga in between the motor neuron and the muscle. So can the impulse jump?
No po, ma'am.
No. So that's
Kailangan
now,
po.
ayun. So that's the work of the neurotransmitter. Okay? Kaya nga neurotransmitter kasi this chemical now transmits electrical impulses from the axon terminal going to the muscle kasi nga there is a functional gap or the synaptic cleft. Okay? So when the when ACH molecules diffuse, diba, through the synaptic cleft, the ACH now binds to its receptor. So ito. Okay? And the receptor, it's a protein channel. So binding of the ACH causes now the opening of the receptors. Okay? And what enters? Ano yung mga orange naman na yan? Ano yung mga orange na yan? These
Sodium
are
po or
the,
potassium.
okay, these are the sodium ions
Sodium.
naman. Diba? So sodium ions enter. And what is the charge of sodium ions? Positive or negative?
Positive po.
Positive.
Okay, positive. So what's the importance of that positive charge? So going back, so ito, no? Let's try to see the membrane. So meron tayong tinatawag na resting membrane potential, no? Resting membrane potential. So it means what's the charge of the membrane when it is resting, when there is no impulse traveling. So ang normal charge ng membrane, no? It's positive outside the surface and negative inside the surface. And in the discussion of the nervous system, we're going to explain this. Okay, so ayan, ito, no? So this is the resting membrane potential. So normally, no, the membrane has a positive outer surface and a negative inner surface. Okay? But what happens, if we're going to go back, so ito, sabi natin, okay, so yan, no? Okay, the outside of the outer surface of the membrane has a positive charge, and then the inner membrane has a negative charge. Normal yan, no? Ay, mali. So, ibig sabihin, pag daw namamahinga ang cell membrane, walang impulse na dumadaan, okay, so ang ibabaw daw niya ay positive, ang ilalim niya ay negative. Okay, what happens now when sodium ions enter? Ito. What happens when sodium ions enter?
Depolarization po, ma'am.
So what
Magiging
happens to
positive.
the, okay, so
Positive po
since,
sa loob.
Yeah, so since sodium ions have positive charge, okay, so what happens is that, okay, more positive ions, they are closer to the membrane, making the inner surface of the membrane positive, okay, with reference to the outside. So the membrane is said to be depolarized, no? So it's depolarized, so there is depolarization. So ayan, no? So ito yung we are indicating that by a wave. Sabihin there is depolarization. So yun, pag ganon. Okay? So that's now the work of the neurotransmitter. So again, it transfers the nerve impulses from the axon terminal to the motor end plate. Okay, so that the membrane could be depolarized, so that there would be the transfer and the transport of the nerve impulses. Okay? Maliwanag po. Up to this part. Yes?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes po.
Okay.
Yes po.
So yan ha. So nasa ano pa lang tayo, nasa dulo pa lang tayo ng motor neuron ng muscle sa motor end plate pa lang. Okay? So yan no. So ito ulit, sabi natin, just to repeat. So again, the arrival of a nerve impulse in the axon terminal causes the influx of calcium ions, which in turn causes the exocytosis of the neurotransmitter. The neurotransmitter, sabi natin, binds to the receptor and allows passage of sodium ions into the cell. And there is now depolarization. Diba? Now, how would the nerve impulse travel into the interior of the cell? Remember, we're talking of the motor end plate. So ito yung sarcolemma, di ba? So the part of the sarcolemma with the receptors is the motor end plate. So how would the impulse travel? Going into the interior of the cell. So where would the nerve impulse pass?
Transfer tubule po.
Ito na, no? So that's the importance now of the transverse tubule. Okay? So the signal passes along the transverse tubule. And what is this blue one? Ito. So ulit, we call this the SR, di ba?
Opo.
Okay. And since the membranes of the tubule and the sarcoplasmic reticulum are really adjacent to one another, so again, this now causes the dipole, kasi parang kuryente yan tatakbo lang siya dire-diretso. Okay? So, yan, ano? So, andito na tayo. Okay, sa sarcoplasmic reticulum na. Ito, kunwari may space pero walang space yan, ano? So, again, the nerve impulse is transferred, okay, to the membrane of the sarcoplasmic reticulum. And what happens? So, ito, yung purple. Okay, so we have here ito. Okay, we have the calcium. Okay, release channels. Again, they are proteins. Tapos ito yung blue. Meron tayong calcium. Ano naman yan? Active transport pumps naman, no? Okay? So the membrane has a lot of, the SR membrane has a lot of them, no? Yung calcium release channels and the calcium active transport pumps, no? So ito na, diba? So when the impulse arrives here, what happens to the calcium release channels? So when the muscle is not contracting, if this is the membrane of the SR, okay, you have here the calcium release channels. Okay, they are closed. Yan. Pero what happens when a nerve impulse arrives at this part? What happens to the channel?
They open po, ma'am.
Okay, so the calcium release channels open, no? So, open, yan. Open, lahat yan bubukas. Ay, bukas, 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 bukas. Okay, and if the calcium release channels are open, again, what are these brown things here? These are?
The tropomyosin. Troponin, tropomyosin
No,
po
no,
ang
no.
first.
What's the
Calcium
minerals?
ions.
Okay, so ito yung calcium ions, di ba? Sabi natin, calcium ions are stored within the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So calcium ions pa lang yan, no? Try to see now the importance of sodium, potassium, calcium ions. That's why calcium ions are very important in the body. That's why bones are very important because they're actually banks, no, that store calcium ions. Na pag bumaba yung calcium ions sa dugo, bones are resorbed in order to release the calcium ions. No? Kaya sabi, the healthier the bones, the healthier the body, the healthier the blood. And the processes, no, they of course, would take place. Okay? So, ayan, no? So, you have release of calcium ions, release, release, release. Okay, so the calcium ions will be available in the sarcoplasm, diba? So, from here, where would the calcium ions go? Saan na?
Doon na po sa
Provide na po
thin
ng troponin.
filaments.
Okay, so, saan? So, calcium ions now bind to troponin.
Troponin, tropomyosin complex.
So, ano
Myosin
yung
bonding.
troponin? So, saan troponin? Tatlo yun, di ba? We have troponin T, troponin C, and troponin I.
T and C.
Okay, so ito, dito, no? So, actually, ito dapat, ito yun eh. Ito yung troponin T, ito yung troponin C, hindi, siguro ito yung ginawang troponin T niya, no? Tapos ito yung ginawa niyang C, ito yung I. So, anyway, no? So, calcium ions bind to troponin C, diba? And what happens? So, sabi, since calcium ions are dense ions, okay, binding to troponin C causes a conformational change. Nababago raw yung shape ng troponin-tropomyosin complex. And since the molecule is dense, okay, it causes the displacement of the troponin I. Kumbaga nawawala yung pagdikit nito dito sa actin. So, nagiging loose. And the troponin-tropomyosin complex now undergoes a change, thereby exposing the myosin binding sites on the actin. So, para siyang yung calcium, it acts as a key, diba, in order to open the myosin binding sites. Okay? So, what happens now when the myosin binding sites on the actin are exposed? Sabi natin, recall, you have here an actin molecule. Meron siyang myosin binding site. And then you have here a myosin molecule. Diba? Ang myosin molecule, meron siyang actin binding site naman. At meron siyang ATP binding site din. Sabihin ni myosin, ay open na ang binding site ko. Diba? My binding site is open, I can now bind to my binding site. Okay, and contraction can proceed, no? And how does it happen? So ito yon. So again, attachment of calcium to troponin C, okay, unwinds the troponin-tropomyosin complex, thereby exposing the myosin binding site on the actin. Okay, so the myosin now binds to the actin, but what are some requirements? So again, okay, in its resting stage, ganito lang siya. Yan, sabi natin meron siyang ATP binding site at meron siyang actin binding site, di ba? So what is needed for the myosin head being a protein to move? What is
ATP po,
needed?
ma'am.
ATP.
So ATP. So ayun. Ito yung, di ba, sabi natin, we discuss cellular respiration. And from one molecule of glucose, you have 36 ATPs that are produced. So this is one of the uses of ATP in muscular contraction. Okay? So the ATP no, binds to the binding site. So dito. And so as a result of binding, this is now cleaved into ATP, ADP, and inorganic phosphate, diba? And the phosphate now provides energy. So the myosin is now said to be charged. Okay, it's now charged, it's energized, and once it's charged, it's now ready to bend. So it bends, okay, and it now attaches to the actin. No? It attaches to the myosin binding site on the actin. And as a form of utilizing energy, aside from just bending, it actually swivels, no? It actually pulls, okay, the thin filaments okay, going towards the interior of the sarcomere. So ito yon, no? So halimbawa, these three which are attached, okay, they are energized, so they bend. Okay, they now pull. Parang ganito. Kita ba ako, yung daliri? So ito yung myosin binding site. Tapos it now bends. Ganon. Okay, pulling the thin filaments towards the center of the sarcomere. Ito din, no? So yan din, ito din. Ito din. Okay, so they now pull, they perform a power stroke. Okay, so yan, no? So they pull, magbe-bend sila pa ganon. Okay, and then they would now pull the thin filaments again towards the M line. Okay, that's why we call this the sliding. Okay, the sliding filament. Okay, theory of muscular contraction. Okay, the myosin heads, they now pull the thin filaments towards the center of the sarcomere. Okay? Kaya nga sliding filaments because the thin filaments, they slide past the thick filaments. Okay? Kaya nga there is a saying, muscles always pull, they never push. Okay? Muscles always pull. Okay? They never push. And what happens? So, ito pala. So, yan, no? So, you have here the myosin head. Yan. You have here the myosin head. Tapos, you have their ATP, diba, being broken down to yield energy. Tapos, the yellow one, ayun, that's calcium. So, this is troponin T, troponin C, and then troponin I. Diba? So, once calcium binds to the troponin C, okay, so it slides and the myosin binding site on the actin are exposed. Okay, so the myosin heads, which are charged, can now bind and pull, okay, the thin filaments going to the center of the sarcomere. Okay? And when it happens, so ito na yun, no? So ito siya. So it's energized, no? It now binds to the actin on its myosin binding site. It performs power stroke. It pulls, diba, the thin filaments towards the center. And then, ito, okay, before a myosin molecule detaches itself from the actin, no? Kasi it already utilized its energy. What is again needed for it to become charged? Again, another ATP. So, ibig sabihin, for a muscle, for a myosin protein to pull on the thin filament and ready to pull another thin filament, diba, it utilizes how many ATPs?
2 ATPs.
Okay, 2 ATPs, diba? So, ganon, ano? Kaya laging marami tayong ATPs na ginagamit. No? So, another ATP attaches. Okay, it returns to its charged position. And since it's charged, it's now ready to again bind to the actin. Again, it pulls on the actin. Another ATP is needed no, for it to detach. Okay? So, hinihila yan ng myosin heads. Okay? And what happens to the distance of the Z lines? What happens? So, this is the original.
It
Okay.
shortens.
Okay, so eto, ibig sabihin, no, the sarcomere now shortens. Parang ito. Yan. So that's the sliding filament theory of contraction. Okay? So the thin filaments, they are pulled towards the center of the sarcomere. Okay? And, okay, when these thin filaments are pulled, so what happens to the sarcomere? The sarcomere shortens. Diba? Umiigsi yan. So you have here a comparison of a relaxed sarcomere and a contracted sarcomere. So is there a change in the lengths of the thin filaments and thick filaments? That's why the sarcomere shortened? Nagbago daw ba? Wala, no? So magkasing haba pa rin yan. So ito at saka ito, magkasing haba pa rin yan. Tsaka yan. Yung thin filaments, ganun pa rin ang length niya. Yan, no? But the sarcomere shortened, no? it's shortened because, again, the thin filaments are pulled towards the center of the sarcomere. Thereby, ito, no, shortening the sarcomere. So again, if all the sarcomeres of a muscle contract, so the entire muscle now contracts. Okay? So, yun, ano? Let's try to see the sliding filament. Okay, so yun, no? So yun, that's the sliding filament theory together with relaxation na. So sabi, what happens during relaxation naman daw? So how would a muscle relax? So sabi natin, okay, what would end contraction? So if a nerve impulse is needed to start contraction, of course, the absence of the nerve impulse would end contraction then, no? So what happens is that, so we go back to the terminal button, ito. So what happens is you have an enzyme, okay, you have acetylcholinesterase, no, yung ACHE. So this is an enzyme, okay, that breaks down ACH. Okay? Yan, no? So it breaks down ACH and it now returns the ACH into the terminal button or axon terminal to be recycled. Okay, to be formed to other other acetylcholine molecules. So yan, no? So if acetylcholine is returned, no, or sequestered, diba, to the axon terminal, what happens? Would there be muscular contraction? Would there be
No.
impulse?
No.
Wala na.
No po.
So the gates close, diba? So no calcium ions would enter. And then in our discussion of the ano ba yun, the nervous system, merong, remember yung sodium-potassium pump? So potassium ions naman go out, thereby returning the charge of the membrane to its resting stage, yung resting membrane potential. So babalik na siya. So ibig sabihin, no, the membrane is now resting. So there is no action potential. Diba? So kung wala ng action potential, okay, what happens to the calcium release channels? What
They
happens to them?
close.
Okay, they close. O, close na yan. Close, close, close. So, sarado na yan lahat. And then, what's the role of the calcium active transport pump? Kaya nga calcium active transport pump, kasi they now,
Diyan
Di
po
ba?
dumadaan
They
yung
go back
calcium
po.
ions para
Okay,
bumalik sa sarcoplasmic reticulum.
okay. O bakit active transport pump? So how do you characterize the gradient? So from
It goes against the gradient.
concentration gradient. So ibig
Higher
sabihin,
concentration.
okay, syempre, no, there is a higher concentration of calcium inside eh. And the calcium ions are pumped back, okay, against their concentration gradient. So, yan. So, ano na naman kailangan dito kung active transport to? Anong
ATP.
energy na naman? O ATP na naman din, di ba? So, yan. So, what happens now? If the calcium ions, ito pala, if the calcium ions will be sequestered, sabi, no, this calcium active transport pumps, they will now actively transport calcium ions. And inside, okay, we have a very important protein. Inside the sarcoplasmic reticulum, we have the presence of a very important protein. We have calsequestrin. So from the term calciquestin, ibig sabihin the protein no sequesters calcium. So it's a protein that binds no to calcium ions so that they can remain within the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Okay? O what happens now? Natanggal na daw. O natanggal na si calcium, 'di ba? Nabalik na. So calcium ions are, 'di ba, sequestered. Okay, they are returned. Ito, yun. Yan. Ibabalik na rin yan doon. Babalik na rin yan doon. What now happens at the troponin-tropomyosin complex?
The myosin binding
Tropomyosin po.
sites are not exposed anymore po, ma'am.
Okay, so again, the troponin-tropomyosin complex slides back to its original position or conformation and now covers the myosin binding sites. O kung covered na yung myosin binding sites, what happens to the myosin head? Can the myosin head bind to the actin?
No po, ma'am.
Not
Hindi na.
anymore po.
Not anymore kasi the myosin binding sites are closed. So what happens is that, okay, the sarcomere from its contracted state returns to its relaxed state. So the muscle relaxes. Okay? Maliwanag po? Ganon lang yun. No? Babalikan nyo lang yun ng what happened in the neuromuscular junction. So the disappearance of the action potential, of course, stops contraction of the muscle. Okay? So ito, to finalize our discussion. No?
Ma'am, sorry, wala pong audio. Ganun po ba dapat?
Walang audio?
Wala po. Pasensya po.
Teka lang. Thank you very much. Teka lang ha.
You use muscles every day
Yan, meron na?
Meron na po, ma'am. Salamat
Yes.
po.
to do activities.
Thank you.
This woman is using muscles to breathe, circulate blood, and move her hand to take notes. Your cardiac and smooth muscle tissues are involuntary. You do not consciously control their actions. Skeletal muscle works under voluntary control. Skeletal muscles are composed of bundles of muscle fibers. Muscle fibers are long cylindrical cells containing several nuclei. Muscles will contract or relax when they receive signals from the nervous system. A neuromuscular junction is the site of the signal exchange. This is where the synaptic bulb of an axon terminal and muscle fiber connect. Muscle fibers are composed of many myofibrils. A myofibril contains contractile units called sarcomeres. Sarcomeres run adjacent to one another down the length of the myofibril. Each sarcomere consists of alternating thick and thin protein filaments, giving skeletal muscle its striated appearance. The muscle contracts when these filaments slide past each other. The thick filaments are myosin, which are anchored at the center of the sarcomere, called the M line. The thin filaments are composed of the protein actin, which are anchored to the Z lines on the outer edges of the sarcomere. Because the actin filaments are anchored to the Z lines, the sarcomere shortens from both sides when actin filaments slide along the myosin filaments. Although the action between the filaments is described as sliding, the myosin filament actually pulls the actin along its length. The cross bridges of the myosin filaments attach to the actin filaments and exert force on them to move. This action is known as the sliding filament mechanism of muscle contraction. In this model, the sarcomeres shorten without the thick or thin filaments changing in length. A contraction begins when a bound ATP is hydrolyzed to ADP and inorganic phosphate. This causes the myosin head to extend and can attach to a binding site on actin, forming a cross bridge. An action called the power stroke is triggered, allowing myosin to pull the actin filament toward the M line, thereby shortening the sarcomere. ADP and inorganic phosphate are released during the power stroke. The myosin remains attached to actin until a new molecule of ATP binds, freeing the myosin to either go through another cycle of binding and more contraction or remain unattached to allow the muscle to relax. Muscle contractions are controlled by the actions of calcium. The thin actin filaments are associated with regulatory proteins called troponin and tropomyosin. When a muscle is relaxed, tropomyosin blocks the cross-bridge binding sites on actin. When calcium ion levels are high enough and ATP is present, calcium ions bind to the troponin, which displaces tropomyosin, exposing the myosin binding sites on actin. This allows myosin to attach to a binding site on actin, forming a cross bridge. Calcium ions are stored in the sarcoplasmic reticulum and are released in response to signals from the nervous system to contract. Neurotransmitter molecules are released from a neuron and bind to receptors, which depolarizes the membrane of the muscle fiber. The electrical impulse travels down the T-tubules and opens calcium stores. Calcium ions flow to the myofibrils, where they trigger a muscle contraction. As the actin and myosin slide along each other, the entire sarcomere shortens as the Z lines draw closer to the M line. As the sarcomeres in myofibrils contract, the entire muscle fiber will shorten. When muscle fibers contract in unison, a muscle can produce enough force to move the body, allowing you to take notes.
So, yun, no? Maliwanag po yun? Yes? Clear?
Yes
Is that
po,
clear?
ma'am.
Yes po.
Okay. O, what happens naman? Diba, sabi merong rigor mortis. What's rigor mortis?
Yung sa mga patay, it's what happens to dead bodies po after a
Okay.
certain amount of time. Parang
What
nagko-contract po
happens?
yung muscles. Permanent contraction po.
Okay, so ibig sabihin, okay, the muscles are very stiff or very hard, di ba? Kaya nga yung iba, kung ano yung position na kinamatayan nila, di ba, they would stay that way, di ba? So, pag sinabing rigor mortis, so it means na why are the muscles hard? Why are they stiff? Why do you think? And after some time, the softening of the muscle is just a result of degradation. Ibig sabihin, nabubulok na yung laman, kaya lang lumalambot. Pero there would come a time that the muscles are really contracted and stiff. Why? Why do you think so? Ba't matigas ang muscles? Any idea?
Lack of electrical impulses to indicate change po in the contraction and relaxation of muscles, ma'am, since wala na pong dumadaloy.
So kung wala na electrical impulse, and also ano pa yung wala na? Pagpatay na, ano pa yung nawawala?
ATP po. Wala
ATP,
na.
di ba? Wala nang ATP. And sabi natin, di ba, ATP is needed in order for the myosin head to return to its charge state, di ba? In order for the myosin to detach and return to its charge state. So, ibig sabihin, when a person dies, also ATP is depleted, okay, the myosin heads, okay, they remain attached to the actin. So that the muscles, no, they remain contracted. Kaya matigas ang mga muscles ng taong namatay. Okay? Maliwanag po yun. That's why ATP is very important. What about during ano naman, 'di ba? During sabi natin, if you can recall the discussion on cellular respiration, 'di ba? So in the absence of oxygen, glucose can be converted to, or ano nga 'yon?
Sa fermentation po, ma'am. The
fermentation, what
pyruvates
happens?
are fermented to yung carbon dioxide and oxygen po.
To?
Yung
Lactate.
to
Okay, to lactic acid, di ba?
acid.
And also, the muscles, they feel sore, diba? We feel very tired, the muscles are sore, we feel pain because during strenuous exercises, we are experiencing oxygen debt. Meron daw tayong utang na oxygen. So it means we are consuming oxygen at a relatively faster rate than we are getting oxygen into the body. And sabi natin, oxygen is needed in
Yung dun po sa
in ATP production.
active.
So oxygen is needed in ATP production. And when we are contracting our muscles, we are needing a lot of ATP. Lahat yan kailangan ng ATP. So ibig sabihin, pag nakulangan ng ATP, again, the myosin heads, okay, that's why our muscles are also stiff. No? The myosin heads, they remain attached to the actin. So ibig sabihin, kaya matitigas yung mga muscles natin, contracted pa rin yung mga muscles natin. May sustained contraction. And it would take several days, diba, for us to produce oxygen, in order for us to produce ATP, in order for the muscle heads to unbind to their myosin binding sites. Okay, maliwanag po? Maliwanag po?
Yes
Can you see the
po.
relationship now? Okay,
Yes
kaya
po.
oxygen is very important. We are dependent on oxygen because oxygen is needed in ATP production. ATP is really the currency of the cell. We are utilizing ATP in all our biological processes. This is an example. No, that's why you can explain, bakit masakit ang muscles pag nag-workout, hindi naman sanay, ilang araw masakit pa rin, matigas pa rin. Ayan, this is the explanation. Okay? Clear? Okay.
Yes.